The video begins in silence. Then, the sound of rotor blades fades in. Slow, heavy, echoing. Dust kicks across the desert floor. The camera pans over a line of Apaches, battle-worn, waiting for fuel and ammunition. The air is tense, thick with the smell of hydraulic fluid, hot metal, and sweat. And then, there she is. A young woman, sleeves rolled up, dirt on her face, sweat dripping down her neck, loading belt after belt of .30mm rounds into the belly of an Apache. Her movements are precise, almost mechanical, like she's done this 1,000 times before. But behind her eyes, there's something more. Something the world doesn't see. The pilot, Captain Reynolds, steps down from the cockpit. He's been flying Apaches for years, combat tours, classified missions, and every kind of hell the desert has to offer. But as he walks toward her, wiping his face with a rag, he notices something. She leans forward to secure the ammo can, and the sleeve of her uniform shifts. Just for a second. Just long enough for the ink on her arm to show. A tattoo. Not ordinary. Not decorative. But something so rare, so classified, that his breath catches in his throat. He freezes. It's a black insignia, an eagle's talon piercing through a lightning bolt. He knows it instantly. He's seen it only once before, buried deep in a briefing marked eyes only. It's the emblem of a unit that officially doesn't exist. A unit so secret, most soldiers dismiss it as rumor, a ghost story told in hushed voices. He stares. His heart is pounding. And she notices. Her eyes lock on his. Sharp. Calculated. As if daring him to ask. The base around them seems to fade away, the shouting, the engines, the chaos. For a moment, it's just the two of them. Reynolds clears his throat, trying to shake it off. That tattoo, he says slowly, carefully. Where did you get it? She wipes her hands on a rag, expression unreadable. You didn't see anything, Captain. But Reynolds can't let it go. Because if what he saw is real, then this woman isn't just some mechanic or ammo loader. She's something more. Something dangerous. And in that silence, you know, this story isn't about ammo, or even Apaches. It's about secrets. It's about a past no one was supposed to uncover. It's about a war she never asked to return to. Her name is Staff Sergeant Maya Torres. To everyone else, she's just another enlisted soldier keeping the birds flying. She eats at the same mess hall, sleeps in the same dusty barracks, and follows the same orders. But behind the uniform, she carries scars no one can see, and secrets locked so deep that even she wishes she could forget them. Reynolds doesn't sleep that night. He replays the symbol over and over in his head, digging through fragments of old mission briefings. That insignia wasn't just any patch, it belonged to Project Revenant. A covert task force created for operations so black, even generals were kept in the dark. Rumor had it the unit was disbanded years ago, after an op went catastrophically wrong. So what was one of its operatives doing here, pretending to be a mechanic? The next day, Reynolds watches her work. Her strength, her speed, the way she moves like she's always a step ahead of danger, it all makes sense now. She's no ordinary soldier. She's hiding in plain sight. And then, the attack comes. It's just past midnight when the alarms wail across the base. Incoming. Mortars rain down. The ground shakes. The sky erupts in fire. Soldiers scramble, shouts echo, chaos unfolds. Reynolds races toward his Apache, but before he can climb aboard, a blast knocks him to the ground. Dazed, ears ringing, he tries to push himself up, only to see enemy trucks breaching the perimeter. And that's when he sees her. Maya. But she's not hiding. She's not cowering. She's moving with precision, like a predator unleashed. With nothing but a rifle, she takes cover, returning fire with deadly accuracy. Every shot lands. Every movement calculated. This isn't the work of an ammo loader. This is the work of a ghost. Reynolds stares as she drops 3 insurgents in under 10 seconds, then reloads without missing a beat. When his own rifle jams, she's suddenly beside him, ripping it from his hands, fixing it in a blink, and shoving it back at him. On your feet, Captain. Her voice is sharp, commanding. And for the first time, he realizes, he's not the one in charge anymore. The battle drags on. Explosions tear through the night. Reynolds and Maya fight side by side, moving as if they've trained together for years. But every time the enemy gets close, every time it looks like the line will break, Maya is there, unshakable, unrelenting. By dawn, the attack is repelled. The base is scarred, soldiers wounded, but still standing. And everyone's whispering. Because they all saw what she did. They all saw the woman who fought like no one they'd ever met. Reynolds finally corners her near the hangar, his voice low. You're not who you say you are. That tattoo, it's real, isn't it? Maya looks away, her jaw tightening. For the first time, her armor cracks. They erased us, she whispers. Our names, our records, our lives. We weren't supposed to exist. But we did. And we did things, her voice falters. Things I can't take back. Reynolds doesn't push. He just listens. Because sometimes silence speaks louder than questions. Weeks pass. Missions continue. But the bond between them deepens, not out of romance, but out of survival, out of shared blood and fire. Then comes the mission that changes everything. A convoy ambushed. Soldiers pinned down. No air support close enough to respond. Except for Reynolds' Apache. He scrambles to the cockpit, only to find Maya already there, strapping herself into the gunner's seat. You can't, he protests. I can, she replies, eyes blazing. And you're going to need me. And he does. What follows is nothing short of cinematic. The Apache lifts off, blades slicing the night. Under fire, outnumbered, outgunned, they dive into the chaos. Reynolds pilots with every ounce of skill he has, but it's Maya who turns the tide. Her hands on the weapons, her instincts sharper than radar, her calls perfect. Every rocket, every burst, every maneuver, it's as if she's been doing this her entire life. And maybe she has. When the smoke clears, when the convoy is safe, when the last enemy truck burns in the distance, Reynolds looks at her. She's breathing hard, eyes distant, hands trembling. She whispers, almost to herself, I swore I'd never do this again. And then she breaks. For the first time, Maya Torres, the ghost, the secret, the soldier who doesn't exist, lets the weight of it all crash down. Reynolds doesn't speak. He just reaches out, grounding her in silence. Because some battles aren't fought with guns. They're fought within. From that day on, everything changes. The whispers grow louder. Higher-ups start asking questions. Some want her gone. Some want to use her. But Reynolds knows the truth, Maya is more than a weapon. She's a survivor. And in the end, it's not about the tattoo. It's not about the unit that vanished from the books. It's about a woman who gave everything, lost everything, and still found the strength to stand again. The final scene is quiet. The sun sets over the desert. The Apaches rest, silhouetted against the sky. Maya sits alone on a crate, staring at the horizon, lost in thought. Reynolds walks up, no words, just presence. He sits beside her. Together, they watch the fading light. And in that silence, you realize, this isn't just her story. It's the story of every soldier who carries scars the world will never see. It's the story of secrets that weigh heavier than armor. It's the story of survival, of pain, of hope. The camera slowly pulls back, the music swelling, emotional, haunting. Then, a single line fades on screen. Some heroes are never written in the books, but they live in the shadows, carrying the weight of wars the world will never know. And the screen fades to black. Like, comment, and subscribe, because stories like these aren't just entertainment. They're reminders of sacrifice, of resilience, of the unseen battles fought in silence. Because sometimes, the bravest warriors are the ones who never wanted to fight again.